Welcome back to the show, the eternal show. We're never gonna die, we're gonna live forever. It's been a few weeks and one of us has moved in another time in life. Another one might move and the first one that's already moved is gonna move again. Whenever the time comes, I said it never. No.
Radio needs smack. Welcome back, everyone, to AAWI, the And Also
Nobody
With
can
You
see
podcast
it.
from Affable Idiots. What?
No. Oh, I was gonna say, if you're trying to show off what you're drinking, you were showing the nutrient list, not the.
Oh. Nutrition facts. It's all the same.
Yeah.
It's all 0 with 40 milligrams of sodium. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to AAWI, the And Also With You podcast from Affable Idiots. Oh, it has been a few weeks.
9 weeks since you looked at me.
It's been 9 weeks. It's
1 week.
9 weeks. 9.5 weeks is that sex movie with food that my parents kept in their underwear drawer.
Did your parents
I've never seen the movie. I've never seen the movie. But I like in our among the kids in our household, there was an urban legend that movie was super dirty. Because it was hidden. That was the only VHS in our entire house that was hidden.
What if
weeks.
that's your parents' porn?
I don't know whether that's a funny thing or not a funny thing because I don't know whether it is.
I don't know. Well, to some people it might be funny, but to their children it might be gross. Because your parents having sex, that's disgusting. Like, not to me, your parents having sex, not disgusting. To me, my parents having sex, disgusting. You know what I mean?
Mountain Dew Zero, everyone. Brought to you by Mattel for babies and for birds. Hey, as Jesse alluded in our intro here, yes, I look different because I'm in a different space. I'm in my childhood home, which is just a white void with some lights on it. No, I moved back from California to my parents' house for a few months because, well, in California, I can't go into the office, so I was working from my bedroom. There are also hella fires out there. And
yeah, hella.
Literally. Yeah. Hella, like from Norse mythology fires. So I was like, you know what? Let me just come back here and live and get to see my fam, my flim-flam, my ding-dong-dam. And
nice. You finally got to see your ding-dong.
Finally, after all these years, 84 years, finally get to see my ding-dong.
It's good.
Yeah, so I'm back here. I have this cool ass screen. An
ass screen?
It's an ass screen, yes. It's sunscreen, but for your ass. It protects you from asses.
Yeah. All the butts just flying at you. And
all the ass rays. Yeah, so I'm back. I am on the East Coast for the first time in a long time. East Coast. But I also have a weird little webcam snafu that hopefully will get fixed before the next time we record. So it looks a little weird right now, but we'll hopefully fix that soon. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Every week, you can join us and all your other lifelong friends as we laugh together, as we share secrets. Mountain Dew Zero for the adventure.
That's the secret.
And strengthen our friendships.
Our
On
friendships.
this off-color Mr. Rogers-esque show. Yo soy one of your hosts, Chad Miguel Guadalupe Santana Inés. And I have with me here another lifelong friend, Jesse Neal.
Hello.
And all of you other lifelong friends listening and watching across un globo. I'm so happy to be here with all of you.
And also with you. Finalmente.
Menthol
finally.
cigarettes.
What? Oh, Michelle.
Menthol cigarettes. Come on. Menthol cigarettes. I guess in Spanish they flip the descriptors would be cigarettes de menthol.
I mean, assuming that's how you say those words in Spanish.
I don't know. What am I?
We should
Chopped liver?
We should look it up and put it up in the notes.
Do you remember the show Salute Your Shorts?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
There was the one kid who would get on the bus and just go, "What am I, chopped liver?" And everyone would just crack up
Was he
and
the
laughter.
bad kid that always, like, in the song, he always, like, screwed up and the teacher was like...
Camp on Awana, we hold you in our hearts. And when we think about you, it makes us want to
It
fart.
makes us want to fart. Stupid. Salute your shorts. Those are the days.
Jesse, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer honestly.
Scout's honor.
Did you do the Boy Scout salute?
I don't know. I just saluted. But I did do it with 2 fingers. Hold on. I'll salute with 3.
2 fingers is Cub Scouts.
Yeah.
3 fingers is Boy Scouts.
Well, you know what? That's really gender normative.
What is the Girl Scout salute?
I don't know. Isn't this the Girl Scouts honor? Scouts honor, Girl Scouts honor? I don't know. I was never a Girl Scout. Were you?
We laugh to deflect. Here's the question. Here's the question I'm going to ask you today.
Okay.
You have to make a sandwich on sandwich bread. What goes in the middle on your preferred day?
In the middle of the bread?
Yes, it's sandwich bread. It's not a hoagie. It's not a sub roll. It is sandwich bread.
It's like a regular, probably peanut butter and jelly, honestly. 100%.
100%?
Crunchy peanut butter.
That's right, you're a crunchy girl. You a crunchy girl.
I'm a crunchy girl. I'm a crunchy girl. If you bite me, I'm a crunch. I don't know what that was. And some sort of a delicious strawberry jam or preserve, not jelly, because that shit is not worthy.
Do you know what the difference between
the Muffin Man? I do. That's funny you ask.
Tell me about the Muffin Man. No, I looked up the other day. I was like, I think I was bored at the airport. I was like, what is the difference between jam, jelly, and preserves? Do you know the difference between all of them?
Preserves have actual bits like of the whole fruit in them, I think. Jam has like blended up bits of the fruit, maybe.
Yeah, it's basically like the pulp of the
Yeah, and I think jelly just has the juice of the fruit. Is that right?
It's just the congealed juice. Correct.
I only know this because I also looked this up the other day.
What?
Because usually the strawberry jam that I like, Casey, my partner, gets at Aldi, but we had run out of that, and I needed more because like sometimes in the mornings before we take the dog for a walk. Like we'll walk the dog before we eat breakfast. But sometimes I'll wake up extra hungry, so I want a piece of toast. And I put strawberry jam on my toast. Casey will put almond butter on his toast.
Oh.
So we had run out because I'm not eating PB&Js all the time. You know, like once a month, maybe twice a month.
Right.
I'll have a PB&J. Say again?
You said, "What are you, a heathen?"
Exactly. Uh-oh, my dog's sniffing under my legs. She's stupid, but I love her. She's really actually very smart. You might have just heard her do a shake and her ears hit her head.
I see her head.
Do you see her head?
Oh, look at her. Delilah.
She be cute?
Delilah.
Is she going to go to bread? Yes.
I'm proud of her.
Oh, lay down. Down. Fucking finally. Sorry. We've been trying to get her to sleep all day, and she refused to go to the sofa. She gets the whole love seat to herself.
What a
and she
spoiled
refused
dog.
to go up there. I know, she's spoiled rotten. And so she slept on the door mat to our entrance to our front door. Then was sleeping on the hardwood floor through the doors to get in here. Then was sleeping on the carpet beside me, and finally just went to bread, which is her bed in this room. But back to the story, back to the main event.
Back to the
We had
story,
run
all
out.
about how.
My life got knowledge about jam and preserves. So I had run out. Mountain Dew Zero. For all of your mountain needs. For all of your camping needs. And so Casey ended up going to Mariano's.
Oh, I miss Mariano's.
Yeah, I love Mariano's. But Mariano's doesn't sell the Aldi version, you know, like the Aldi jam that I like. So he went to, like, Mariano's is a nice mix between like like bougie stuff, you know what I mean? And just like regular run-of-the-mill stuff, like Kroger brand stuff. Because, I don't know if you know this, Mariano's is Kroger. But
It's grown-up Kroger?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So at Mariano's, you can get like, you know how like all grocery stores, like Harris Teeter has Harris Teeter brand things, or like
Right.
Lowe's Foods brand things.
Most of the time they disguise them as something else. Like Walgreens is nice brand.
Yeah,
No, not
exactly.
Walgreens,
And
yeah.
Walmart is good value, I think.
That's right. Train grape.
I love it. What's Target? We'll get back to that.
Target is
But,
Mosimo Supply Jeans. They're Goodfellow
Yes.
as well as another men's clothing
I
brand.
thought it was pronounced Mossimo. I mean, that's how the Italians pronounce it.
Mossimo.
Yeah, you got to use the hand.
Gluteus
But,
Maximus.
Gluteus Maximus. That's right. Well, I mean, in Rome, they did speak Latin for a while, and in other places, but specifically Italy.
So
Anyways.
you were telling me about these preserves.
Yes, Casey went to the bougie section where you can get like fancy preserves and jams and nuts and dried fruits and all sorts of things.
Sure.
And he found this preserve it was a strawberry preserve, and he brought it home, and it was very good.
Oh.
Loved it. But then we were eating it, and like preserves are harder to spread because you've got whole bits of fruit in there.
Correct.
And so we're like, what's that? You know, what makes this a preserve versus a jam? What is the difference? And so we asked our dear friend Google, and that is how I have been imbued with the knowledge of the difference between them.
Very good.
There you go. So, long story short, peanut butter and jelly. That's my Sammy.
Well, thank you for that insightful little trip to the grocery store.
Yes, you're welcome. If any of you live in Chicago, visit Mariano's, and I don't remember the name of this preserve, but find it. Go find the preserve I'm talking about. Tell me what you
Just
think.
dip your finger in all of them, and the one that tastes good, that's the one I like.
White wine spritzers. For all your bougie Sunday needs. Sorry, since you advertised what you were drinking, I needed to advertise my.
Is there a specific brand you would like to
spritzer.
call out of white wine spritzers?
Oh, this is a homemade blend. This is a Pinot Grigio
Oh.
mixed with. It was a Pinot Grigio mixed with
Grigio.
Benedictine. It's a split. Popo Grigio. Santa Claus. It's a Pinot Grigio mixed with Benedictine, just a little splash, and topped with mango LaCroix.
Oh. Somebody suck me.
I saw that episode the other day.
You finally are watching Dave?
Casey and I finally started watching it together yesterday. Somebody suck me in the zoot suit.
I fucking love that show. I'm going to watch it all again today in
stupid.
one sitting.
Do it.
Oh, no,
It's
I don't
so
have time for that.
stupid. I love it. Oh my
Jesse,
gosh.
I would like to jump into a healthy
Yes.
competition with you. It's been a while since we had a little game to play.
It has been a while.
Whoa. That was much more
Blue.
than I thought it was going to be, and I apologize in advance. And
I said a color.
posthumously. Oh,
Posthumously.
here's a fun game that
That-
we've been playing since government
Yes.
school, way back in 2006 of the 2000s.
It was the 6th of the 2000s.
It was the 6th 2000 year. Jesse and I were at governor school. There was a game we played where a group of people, anytime someone would burp, everyone had to say a unique color. No two people could say the same color. It wouldn't count. The last person to say a color would have to make a sex noise. Jesse, for, I would say, 13 years, wrongly interpreted this as animal noise and would only do dolphins. So now...
I mean, we've never made sex. You don't know what I sound like.
We've never made sex. Our beds were up against the same wall. I know what your sex
Yeah,
sound
so
like.
Ugh. I'm sorry.
So here's my
Posthumously, I'm sorry.
here's my punishment for not saying a noise. Ah! That's also my Prince
Oh.
sound.
Yes. Yeah, I could totally put that in a Prince song. Like
Yep.
in the Raspberry Beret. That or I don't remember. Stupid.
Okay, let's get into this competition.
stupid.
Jessica Nicole Neal.
Yeah, that's not my name. Wear it out.
Okay, Jessica Nicole is an actress who was on Fringe.
No, I know. You call me Jessica Nicole.
Yes.
So I stick with it. But,
I've also met
usually you say...
Jessica Nicole. I've met her before.
Wow, did you hold her debit card?
I held her debit card, and then I ate it, and I shot it out like a paper shredder. Oh, here's our game this week. 3 weeks ago, we're just going to write... I don't even remember what happened. We played a game called 6 Seasons in a Movie. Don't remember anything about it. It is what it is. It was great, I'm sure. We
played it. It was fun.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
It was 3 shows. 2 of them had movies. 1 of them didn't, or like very... Oh, yeah. We played it. It was good.
Papa John's.
Papa John's. Do you know Shaquille O'Neal owns some Papa John's now?
Does he really? He looks like he would like a Papa John's.
Casey was telling me about this. There's like, he's got, hold on, let's see. Shaquille O'Neal, Papa John's. He's got his own pizza
he goes
now.
by Shaq for short. Did you know that?
Yes, because, so, conceived by O'Neal himself.
Oh.
Shack-a-roni. It's his pizza. Shack-a-roni. It's named after him. It is an extra large pizza made with Papa John's fresh, never frozen, 6-ingredient dough. Boy, this is an advertisement. Topped with extra cheese and extra pepperoni. Then cut into Papa John's largest slice to date.
Oh.
So he is a franchise owner, and he has his own za.
Have you ever dated some large slices?
Of pizza? Have I ever had a date with a large slice of pizza?
Yeah.
Or are you asking if I've ever dated a big and tall man?
Have you dated a larger, heftier?
I mean,
gentleman?
in elementary school, I had a boyfriend who was a little
husky.
He became a football player in high school, I guess. Maybe it was middle school.
My mom, I was the huskyman. My mom, we didn't get large size jeans. They were always like a size 16 husky.
That's awful.
That's how you could tell you were a fat kid if you wore husky jeans.
Husky. Like, come up with a better word.
Yeah. Husky.
Right?
Husky.
Clothes?
Okay, we've been teasing this forever. Here's what we're doing today. Our quiz today is a Cosmo quiz, the return of Cosmopolitan to our podcast.
Cosmo.
Here we go.
Stupid.
Jesse,
all right.
This week's quiz is, are you enough of a bad girl? Question mark.
I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's find out. So here's how this works, everyone. We will read a question. You will the title is Are You Enough of a Bad Girl? Whether you are male, female, or identify otherwise, the answer will be yes or no, are you a bad girl? It does not matter. We will not change the title to say a bad boy or a bad person.
Because we didn't write the quiz.
Correct. But what you can do is you can answer these questions. These might specifically say something about like, when's the last time you did it with a boy? You can answer this with whom you choose to date. Oh, God. MDZ provides for some burps, but they're always worth it.
Delicious.
So here we go. We've got, it's a 5-question quiz. In order to play along at home, I will let you know the value of each answer. So the 5 questions, you have 3 answers, A, B, or C to pick from. And after we've picked our answer, I might throw up a little bit with this MDZ. Oh, sorry, I had 2 of them back to back, which is not. I don't drink a ton of soda.
It's a lot of
they're
carbonation.
Just so delicious.
If I drink too many seltzer waters, I'll start to like burp up foam because it's the carbonation. Sorry, TMI or not enough.
I just picture you like laying on the couch, watching How to Get Away with Murder, and you just start foaming up the mouth. And you're like, sorry,
and I don't move. I just kind of let it come up and out.
And then you're just like, Casey, can you give me a napkin? And he just dabs right beside your lip. And all right, that's good.
All right. How kind of him to do it for me. I don't have to do it myself.
That's right.
He's a good man.
Okay, so here we go. Question number 1. Are you ready, spaghetti?
Ready, spaghetti, just like Olive Garden.
Olive Garden in a pandemic. Spaghetti to go. Rumors swirl that your ex has been talking trash about you to your mutual friends. How do you respond?
I've been through this.
Oh, no.
In high school.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then you can base your answer off of truth.
Mm.
Will you respond by A, lying low for a few weeks? You won't descend to his level.
Mm.
B, sending him an angry text or voicemail warning that two can play the trash talking game. Or C, trying to seduce his best friend. If that fails, you key his car.
That's vicious. Okay. So B is the closest response to what I actually did.
And the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior.
Is past behavior. So the person who it would be who spoke. The person who spoke. No, but the person whom spoke about me.
The person who spoke.
The person who spoke trash about me actually went to governor school with us. Wesley, do you remember?
There are always two Wesleys, and I think I never remember the one that you're talking about. Was he like
he was in your dorm,
thin
I
dude?
think. Very thin
Had
dude.
a camera around his neck.
All the time, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
that's
I know
him.
that guy.
So when my entire relationship with this kid, it didn't last very long, but at the time I was real kind of like emo skater punk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was
you
like
were a skater
nerdy.
boy.
Oh yeah.
Said, "See you later,
I
boy."
said see you later, boy. And he was like, when we first started dating, if that's what you could even call it, which you can't. I mean, you can, but he was like this like bookish nerd. And as we were together, he started to dress like me, and it was really weird. And he ran track with me. And it was all like, why are you looking like me all of a sudden? You're not my dog.
Can we pause for just a second? I can no longer hear you.
Yes. Did you die? You can hear me now?
It was me.
It was me. Are you back?
It was me. I am back. I took that back, rewound it back. Yeah, the Bluetooth just went bloop on my Mac, and everything disconnected and reconnected. But we're still recording. We're still
You
streaming.
might be on the wrong microphone. Check your microphone.
Con leche escuela mañana.
Si, senor.
Audio, video. Back to iRig Pro. Great. Wunderbar. La Ciudad de Mexico. Sorry, continue. You were talking
Perfect.
about he was starting to dress like you.
Yes. Okay. And so when he asked me to be his girlfriend, he himself didn't even ask me. He had one of our mutual friends, who was one of his best friends, call me and ask me.
Ooh.
And then anytime he called me, it was because one of the two of our mutual friends made him call me. And then it was just like, I was like, this is not going anywhere. I am not happy here. So I broke up with him. And like anytime he and I would go out on a date, these two mutual friends would be with us, both of them boys. So I was like the only girl hanging out with three best friends that are boys. I was like,
Was this while at governor school, or was this post governor school?
No. This was before governor school.
But I did not know that you knew Wesley before governor school.
Oh yeah, we went to the same high school. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I've known Wesley since I was a freshman in high school, I think.
Okay.
So we broke up and he was upset. One of the friends said I was a terrible excuse for a Christian. I cried.
What?
You know, because in high school, yeah, I know. Because in high school, he's probably a Trump supporter now, but because in high school I was quite, churchy. But then Wesley said, he said a lot of shit. I don't remember all of it, but I remember he said my nose was bigger than his dick. And so, at lunch one day,
Was that supposed to be an insult to you or to him?
He said, say again?
Was that supposed to be an insult
He didn't
to
say
you
that
or
to
to
me.
him?
Exactly. That's what I wanted to. I think he was trying to insult me, saying I had a big nose, but Mama loves a nose. So.
Oh, Mama loves a nose and
Not insulted. And this might be why. I don't know. This could be where it all started. But I went up to him in the cafeteria at lunch one day, sitting with his best friends, and I said, hey, Wesley, I've been hearing that you've been saying my nose is bigger than your dick. Wow. Really sorry about your small dick, and walked away. Oh,
Very
man. I probably said some other stuff that I just don't remember, but I was like, I'm going to go up to him in front of his friends and tell him he got a teeny little weenie. And so I did.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And I don't think we've really spoken much since then. I did find out that he was still, he was trying to be virginal, and he started dating another girl we went to high school with, and they did this thing where this could also be a rumor, because rumors high school. But I did hear the rumor that their freshman year of college, they were like, no, we're virgins. We can't have sex. But so he put his penis in a science glove, like in one of the fingers. And he went in and just kind of hung out there. And then came out. I don't know if that's true. That's a rumor I heard, though. But I was like, wow.
With that logic, like wearing a condom keeps you a virgin,
right? Well, I think maybe he was afraid he was gonna just go in and then, because he's never experienced a feeling like that before. I guess.
My God.
But
that's great.
Apparently, he thought, according to the rumor, that if you go in, if you don't do any pumps, you just do one.
If you don't do any pumps. Oh my God.
If you just do one in and then you're out, you're still a virgin. I don't know if that's true, but since he said I had a nose bigger than his dick and he was trying to insult me, I just figure I'll spread that rumor while we're at it. But now let's on to question 2.
Great. So you are a B. You are going to send him an angry text or voicemail warning that 2 can play the trash talking game.
And look at me talking trash about him now.
Look at you.
Yes.
For myself, again, the options are A, lying low for a few weeks. You won't descend to his level. B, sending him an angry text or voicemail warning that 2 can play the trash talking game. Or C, by trying to seduce his best friend. If that fails, you key his car. I'm a toss-up, I think, between A and B. Mostly because by the time I break up with someone, by the time I'm their ex, I literally 100% don't want anything to do with them anymore. So,
yeah, the 3 months after you've dated, and then you decide to break up 3 months in.
Exactly. Yeah, and the whole time I'm just like, I haven't wanted to be with you or talk to you for the last 3 months, let alone
Wait, you're
after
happy
we
for
break
3
up.
months, and then you stay for 3 months more, right?
Exactly.
Isn't that what you usually do?
Yes, I'm happy for 3 months. I then decide I don't like that person anymore, and then we stay together because I don't know how to break up with them because I'm a child. So
that's also an uncomfortable thing to do.
It is.
It is Tim Gunn.
It is Tim Gunn. So yeah, I think A is maybe the one that would end up happening, but in reality, I just don't know if I would ever experience this situation. 1, because I'm just so amazing who could talk trash about me. Exactly. But 2, I would never hear it because I don't give a shit about my exes.
And that's
but also I do know that I have a way with words, and I'm often a passive aggressive.
Oh my gosh, Mike! When you get mad, you can be mean. I heard you talking to Christine when you used to live with her.
Yeah, you get what you deserve.
So imagine they say something about you and it makes you mad. Are you gonna lay low?
It's B. I'm gonna ruin them with a text or a voicemail.
Yeah, or approach them in the cafeteria at high school.
All right, if you answered A on that question, give yourself 0 points. Well, again, this is not like points to win. It's just to determine your outcome. If you answered B, like both of us did, give yourself 1 point. If you answered C, give yourself 2 points. On to question 2. The kind of men you usually find yourself dating best fit the following description. A, so wild, they make the Hangover guys look like the Jonas Brothers. This is from 2009.
Yep, that adds up.
B,
that tracks.
They work hard and play even harder. C, they're in bed by 11 p.m. on weeknights, 1 a.m. on weekends.
So this is the type of men or the type of person
that you usually find yourself dating.
That I usually. What was A?
So wild, they make the Hangover guys look like the Jonas Brothers.
So not wild.
I assume that means not wild. Or I assume that means they are very wild. They are more wild than the Hangover guys.
Right, because yeah. And then read me B and C once more.
B was they work hard and play even harder. C was they're in bed by 11 p.m. on weeknights and 1 a.m. on weekends.
I mean, where I am in my life right now, C. I'm in bed.
Glorious.
We're in bed prior to 11.
Yep.
Every night.
Perfect.
That's me now.
All right, so you're a C.
Would you agree?
Me, for all the people that I've dated in my life, I am by far the wacky wild one.
Yeah.
So I would say by comparison to me, they are all C's. They are all in bed by 11 on weeknights, 1 a.m. on the weekends. That's like on that scale. It's obviously from wildest to least wild, A to C.
Yeah.
The problem is, I'm usually the one in bed early, and they're all like, "Let's go out. Let's go have a drink at this bar." And I'm just like, I don't want to. I don't care about your friend's birthday.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna say C because that's their personality, even though the fact itself is not necessarily true.
Yeah. Here.
Here. If you answered A, give yourself 2 points. If you answered B,
this time.
give yourself 1 point. If you answered C, give yourself a big fat goose egg.
I love eggs.
Question 3 of 5. Your closest girlfriend always contacts you first when which of these situations arise? A. She craves fun company for a decadent day of shopping or spa treatments. B. She is split with her boyfriend and wants a partner in crime for a very hot night out. C. She wants to sip cocktails at a hip lounge all night and needs a designated driver.
Ew, rude.
Rude.
Probably B.
B.
What was A?
A was she craves fun company for a decadent day of shopping or spa treatments.
Oh shit! No, that one.
That one?
Yeah, because like how frequently do I have friends breaking up with people? That would like for me to, that's like saying I only hang out with people when they're going through breakups.
Yeah. Well, it's really
nah, dude.
Your
Everybody
closest
knows
girlfriend.
this. Oh, close. Yeah, closest girlfriend then. Definitely A. Shopping. # treat yourself days. Yeah,
treat yourself.
Treat yourself. A for sure.
I am also an A. I think in my situation, I would say instead of closest girlfriend, I would say Kanan, my best friend.
Yeah.
And
I had to fight back the knee-jerk reaction to say fuck him just then. To be honest. I'm kidding. Love you, Kanan.
I am so like not protective. I'm territorial about my friends. Kanan and I have this like 80% truthful, 20% lying. Like, you have friends? I'm going to kill them. I'm your only friend. And then I was listening to Respawning Fire from last week. I was not on there. So I was listening to it, and there was a discussion among Matt and Dallas and Holden and Brent, who were all on the show. And Brent just mentioned on there, is like, yeah, I was playing something with these other friends that I have from a Discord chat, and I instinctively in my head I went, who the fuck else is he playing with? And I was like, calm down. Calm down. You only know this kid from the internet.
He's your internet friend. Like
Yes.
you used to call my former person that I used to spend a lot of time with.
Yes. So I would say, long story short, I would also say A. And I was going to say you can swap out day of shopping or spa treatments for something else, except that, like, I mean, we do. We go out shopping.
You and I would go shopping all the time when you lived.
And the last time Kanan and I were
together,
together, we tried really hard to get a massage appointment, and we couldn't find one on short notice. So it is what it is.
Man, you got to book those things in advance.
Yeah, turns out you do.
We'll
All
go
right.
to Thailand. You can get them on the street for like $2.
That's a rub and tug.
It's true.
If you answered A, like both of us, you get 1 point. If you answered B, you get 2 points. If you answered C, give yourself a handy with the 0 of points that you
get. Gross.
Number 4.
Hand jobs are disgusting. I'm just kidding.
They're just not as
JK.
good as doing it yourself.
I don't know.
Number
I don't have
4.
a penis, so I don't know.
You have 7 of them.
Yeah, but I don't touch them
You're right.
sexually.
That's what did that
It's a
person
sin.
call you in high school? A sorry excuse for a Christian or something like that?
A terrible excuse for a Christian. That
Number
one made me
4.
cry.
Number 4, which phrase are you most likely to overhear being said about you? A, did I do something to offend her? B, does she always act this crazy? Or C, I want her at my next party.
That one.
You're a C?
Honestly.
You're a C girl?
Yeah, I don't want to brag or anything. Like, I don't want to go on about it, but people love me. So
Nice.
yeah, most often people don't think they've offended me because I'm, you know, like you know what I mean. Like, did I do something to offend her? Like, I don't come off that. I come off very warm and bubbly.
Yeah.
And then what was B?
B was, does she always act this crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I get that from some people, but then I'm just like, get the fuck out of my life, you shithead. And then I don't see them anymore because like they're obviously too busy putting their like head up their own asshole.
Right. That's difficult to do,
understand.
but they're doing it.
Yeah, but they're doing it. Get your head out of your ass. It's not a hat.
Very good. Be good.
That's why I'm going with C. I'm going with it. There have been
that.
several times that I've been at a party and somebody's been like, "Oh my gosh, I want you on my podcast," and then we never.
And then, yeah,
You
of course, you never follow through.
Yep.
This is where you and I are going to diverge for the first time.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with B. Does he always act this crazy?
That tracks.
Because there are two things.
tracks.
Two things about this. One, yes, I'm a crazy man. I'm a crazy man, especially around
if you
people
get
that I
too much
know
sugar.
and feel comfortable around. Especially, yes, after too much sugar. But
You're like
C
a child.
is I want him at my next party. I'm not good at parties.
You don't party. You don't go to parties.
I don't go to parties. When I do, most of the time there are people there I don't know, and I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to meet new people. I also don't drink usually. So, like, I'm not a good party person, and I hate being
Isn't
there.
it
and I wanna
weird
leave.
to formerly have been an extrovert and now to be like kind of introverted?
I don't know if I ever was an extrovert. I'm an introvert who is extroverted around close people.
Yeah, I think I'm an extroverted introvert now. I used to be super extroverted.
You're like
but the
Inside
older I
Out
get-
boy from Nickelodeon,
Yes,
where he swings over the swing set
exactly.
and all of his organs are on the outside now.
Exactly. That's who I am. The older I get, the more I'm like, I might be. And I think it's an introversion thing, but it's also like I don't want to deal with having to make small talk with a person I don't know.
Yep. I'm old
But
enough. I
also-
have enough friends by this time. I don't need more friends.
But also, sometimes I'm like totally extroverted though, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna just meet everybody forever. I'm gonna be
meet you
space
forever.
princess. I'm gonna meet you forever. So
All
yeah,
right.
C for me for sure.
For question 4, that was A is worth 0 points. B is worth 2 points this time. And C is worth 1 point. Final question.
1 point.
Are you Betty?
Spaghetti.
Betty Spaghetti. Number 5. Which is the most outrageous thing you would do for cold, hard cash?
Okay, yeah.
A. Star in a Girls Gone Wild type video.
Mm-hmm.
B. Sing a seductive pop song like Love Game at a karaoke bar.
Like Love Game?
What is do you know that song? I don't know what that song is.
It's Lady Gaga. It's talking about hand jobs and stuff. But it's like not superbly risque. I mean, that Rihanna song, I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Something whips on the something.
Have you heard WAP?
I haven't heard WAP yet, but I've seen a lot of news about it, and I've heard some of the lyrics.
WAP.
That
WAP,
one-
WAP.
that one I would
Macaroni
say
in a
is-
pot. That's a wet ass pussy. It's so stupid.
The fact that people are upset about it is just ridiculous.
Is anyone upset
I've
about
heard
it?
some of. Oh my gosh, so many people are upset about it, but it's because it's women expressing their sexuality.
Yeah.
That's the issue. It's women, and on top of it, they're not white women, and so that's even less acceptable to the masses
God.
because racism.
Yep.
But there are some people who have been like really mad about it. I'm like, come on. Do you guys remember You and Me Baby Ain't Nothing But Mammals? So let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
Do it again now.
But those were white men singing about it.
That's true. Well, yeah, you're right. They were white men dressed up as like mice or something. I don't know.
I
what
don't
they
know.
were
I never
dressed
actually
up
saw the
as.
video.
It's weird. But they were white men, so. And men. Men is more, I mean,
right.
a lot of like hip hop and rap says a lot of the same stuff.
Yep. So that was
'Cause
B.
Men are allowed to do that. Sorry, say again.
That was B. A is
Okay.
star in a Girls Gone Wild type video. B, sing a seductive pop song like Love Game at a karaoke bar. C, play strip poker with a co-ed group of friends. Which
gosh,
is
I
the
did
most
that in high
which is
school.
the most outrageous thing you would do for cold hard cash?
Do you know what? In this economy, A. 100%.
Starring a Girls Gone Wild type video?
I didn't buy myself an $18 phone case because I'm living paycheck to paycheck again. And then I dropped my phone and had to pay a lot of money to get the screen fixed. So if I had to do porn, you know what? Sex work is work. I'd do it.
It is work. I did not expect you to say A, but I also think I would do A.
Yeah.
Like, I would do it for money. But
I've
here's
already
the thing.
done B and C.
It's also softcore porn. It's Girls Gone Wild. It's just
Girls
girls
Gone
like
Wild is
flashing
pretty
their
softcore.
boobs, and that's it. So, yeah, I would flash my junk and get drunk and get beads and that kind of stuff. So,
yeah.
faux show. All right.
For show.
If you answered A, like we did, Girls Gone Wild video, you get 2 points. If you would sing a seductive song, which is B, you get 0 points. If you would play strip poker with a group of co-eds, you would get 1 point. Now I want you to do your space math, and I want you to add up all your points, and we'll read off the descriptions.
Will you tell me what I got? I wasn't keeping score.
I will tell you when we get to your category. All right. From 0 to 3 points.
0 to hero.
Again, this is all in service of the question, are you enough of a bad girl? 0 to 3 points. You're too good for your own good. You have a naughty side, but for some reason, you keep it under wraps, where it does you no good. You may be suppressing your wilder impulses because you're afraid you'll be judged poorly, says Lipper. The result? You're overlooked by guys and typecast by pals as the responsible one, says Valentis. Show some backbone when you get dissed and more skin than usual on Saturday night. A little badness is extremely sexy, and it prevents people from taking advantage of you.
Yeah. Don't let people take advantage of you.
Don't do it.
Hashtag this just in. Don't let people take advantage of you.
If you are smack dab in the middle, 4 to 6 points. This is where you fall with 5 points. It's where I fall with 6 points. I'm at the top end of this category.
Yeah, you naughty.
Some would say I'm in the 99th percentile of this category.
Stupid.
We are naughty when necessary. You maintain a pretty good balance of sugar and spice. You won't take crap from anyone, nor will you play everything safe. Yet you draw the line at being aggressively sexy or vengeful just to turn heads, says psychologist John Valentis, Ph.D., co-author of Brave New You.
Ooh.
You know that sly dig or R-rated gesture can have way more impact than a nasty rant or a triple X move.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We are some badass bombshells.
We are naughty when necessary.
We're naughty by nature.
If
which
you
is a band,
score,
right?
I don't know.
it's a
NIN,
band.
9 Inch Nails. There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
If you scored 7 to 10 points, you are balls out badass. With your go bad or go home approach, life has never-ending list of rules to break and drama to whip up. It's a blast being a boundary-breaking, try-anything chick, but you're not earning anyone's respect, just a reputation that could damage your future, says Jody Lipper, co-author of How to Love Like a Hot Chick. Next time you're tempted to stir up trouble, ask yourself if your Hellcat antics will degrade you or someone else. If so, a little self-control is in order.
Wow. Cosmo. Will you send me this so I know how to do the quiz?
100%.
The poll.
100%. Send to
100%.
Jesse, Guadalupe Santana, and Nace Neal.
Oh, we have the same middle and first last name.
That's
Middles
so crazy.
And first
Middles,
of the last
plurals
names.
names?
That must be why you and I are the male and female version of the same person.
Oh, shnikes. Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. Oh, so
How did you
speaking
do,
of
listeners?
shnikes,
I don't know. Yeah, I just want to ask the listeners real quick. How did you do, listeners?
Yeah, ask them.
What kind are you enough of a bad girl? Let us know on Twitter in the poll that Jesse's putting out on Thursday morning. Jesse, you were talking about shnikes?
Yeah, speaking of shnikes, do you know what really grinds my gears?
What, is it knockoff Nikes?
Is that a... No, it's when people pronounce it Nike.
Ah. Yeah.
It's usually people who are not.
Also,
It's
probably
usually,
people who pronounce it Adidas instead of Adidas.
That's more fun though than Adidas. Adidas. It's more fun to
Adidas.
say though.
Did you know that
But it's
Nike and
Adidas.
Adidas were brothers?
Is it Greek
I don't know.
mythology?
No, I mean
or is
the
it Roman
people
mythology?
who started the shoe companies, Nike and Adidas, were brothers.
Oh, are they not brothers anymore?
No, they separated their DNA.
They're
In
sisters
China,
now.
you can genetically alter your DNA, and they went in there and said, "I don't want to be from the same dad anymore." Like, cool, you're now from George Stephanopoulos.
George Stephanopoulos. Do, 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 do. That's a song Casey wrote.
Nice.
And you just go up, George Stephanopoulos. Do, 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 do. George Stephanopoulos. And you just go up the scale. Casey's a doofus.
Never
Okay,
stop.
anyways.
Jesse, you have an honest discussion you'd like to lead us into. Last time we
Yep.
talked, which was several weeks ago, we talked about the 5 bunker necessities you would need if you were trapped in a bunker. And it was a very revealing list. Go back and listen to AAWI 20. But Jesse, you have another one about ranking the 4 seasons, not the hotels. Tell us about it.
Well, you know, seeing as how summer has come and gone without much summerness due to our friend, a virus, it got me thinking. You know, we didn't really get to experience summer. And usually, at least in Chicago, there's a lot of fun things to experience and whatnot. And so I
Summer in
thought
Chicago is great.
summer in Chicago was wonderful, but obviously everything was canceled with good reason.
Yep.
So like summer has come and gone, and it's just been like another section of month. It's not really been a season, except it's just been hot. You know, like great, thanks. Nothing to do but walk the
Hot in
dog
my
and be
apartment,
inside, and
And I guess that's
Yep.
summer.
it's hot. So I thought, let's talk about just to reminisce,
Okay.
you know, about the before times, before the sickness, when we could go out. And I just want to think about which of the 4 seasons is your favorite and why. And so I wanted to discuss that, and then together we can decide an order about
Okay.
which season is best all the way down to worst.
I think that's good. I'm going to put a disclaimer out there.
Yes.
For the last almost 2 years, I've been living in a place with no seasons. So I am basing all of my answers off of memories, which, as we know, can be deceiving to the human mind.
Yeah. Could be faulty.
Because winter, quote unquote, where I'm from, means you'll get like 2 days where it rains and it's in the high 50s, low 60s. Whereas summer means it doesn't rain and it's in the mid 60s to low 70s. So, and everything else is always partly cloudy. And that's it. That's,
Where you've been living
that's
recently?
San Francisco.
Yep.
So that's the seasons I have with my recency bias in mind. But I'm going to try to think
Ooh,
back.
good term.
Thank you. I'm going to try to think back to growing up in this very room with the windows in the backyard right outside. Since I've been here, there have been 2 storms, plenty of rain, which I have not... Like, literally, the first thunderstorm that I saw in California was the day I flew out of California to back here. And it was the one that sparked 1,100... Is either 1,100 or 11,000, but I think it's 1,100 fires in California.
There were at least 11 lightning strikes across California, I think they said.
1,100 lightning strikes.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
And those lightning strikes sparked the
11 is
fires,
definitely one of the numbers.
Yes.
Be it 100 or 1,000.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So yes, seeing a thunderstorm, like whenever it was pouring down rain here for like 20 minutes, and I just opened up the back door and just looked out, and I was just like, I've only heard this sound on my headphones for the last 2 years.
Oh, I love rain.
Yeah, me
I
too,
do
me
love a
too.
good rain.
Crying grape.
Well, so from what you can recall of your time living in your childhood city, town,
And also Chicago
And
for 7
of
to
your
8
time in
years.
Chicago, which Chicago has seasons, they're just kind of different.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would you say is your favorite and why?
Oh gosh, it's very hard. She said that to pick a favorite season. You know, so everyone loves summer because it means the beach, and it means warm weather. It means wearing tank
In
tops
Chicago,
and
it
booty
means
shorts.
festival season.
It means festival season in Chicago. It means the first time it's above freezing. It means a lot of different things that are good. There are also, it means back sweat. It means everywhere you
Butt
go.
sweat.
Butt sweat, back sweat, ball sweat, taint sweat, boob sweat,
Boob sweat. Yep.
under eye sweat.
Sucks. That's the worst. I hate it when I get so sweaty. It like comes through my eyebrows and then, like, down to my lashes, and it comes through and it like gets into my eyes and it burns.
Yep. Right at the outside corner of your eye. And if you were wearing
awful.
sunscreen and it picks up the sunscreen on the way down and just like, I'm going to fuck your eye.
Ugh, it's even worse.
Yep.
Ugh.
So it comes with a lot of sweat. It comes with some burns. It comes with dehydration. So summer's good, but it's not a first for me. My favorite season,
Agreed.
I think, is fall. Let me tell you about fall, Jesse.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Fall, depending on where you're from, lasts either from like August to early December, or in Chicago it lasts from like September 1st to September 12th.
Yep.
Or in San Francisco, it's all year. So it's many different types, but there are leaves changing. There's Halloween. There's candy. There's pumpkin spice. That's important.
Everybody loves pumpkin spice.
Everybody fucking loves pumpkin-shaped Reese's.
Who doesn't?
And it
just
always it
tastes
has the best
delicious.
the best fashion. You get to wear like light jackets, good hoodies. Get to snuggle up. It's
love it.
it's a good
Have a good
season.
little fire out back.
Yeah, a good fire out back, but it's not uncomfortable to sit out there still. Mm-hmm. It's a good one. It's a good one for sure. It's also where most of the holidays are concentrated. You've got Labor
Yes.
Day is
My
just before,
birthday.
like calendar-wise, Labor Day is just before fall. But again, season-wise, like temperature, ambiance-wise, sometimes that falls in fall. You got Halloween. You got Thanksgiving. You got lots of time off of school and work. You got Hanukkah.
Yes.
It's great. It's a great
You've got
time.
all the delicious, delightful winter holidays. Well,
Yeah.
no, because they come in winter.
Well, December 21st is technically the first day of winter, so like Christmas starts the winter season.
Right. And Hanukkah can be prior to that,
Right.
can it? It was early this year.
Exactly.
It
so
is a
I'm gonna
delightful
pick
season.
fall as my favorite. And it's also like you're getting in the spirit. You're listening to Christmas music. You're thinking about family. You're decorating. All the decoration for everything comes in the fall. Decorating for Halloween, decorating for the fall, decorating for Christmas, decorating for Thanksgiving. You get to be so
Yep.
fun and festive. Whereas everywhere else,
So
it's just
fun,
like
festive.
I come into my house and I just want to lay on the couch with the air conditioner on my nips. Or
Nip,
I
nip.
come into the house and I just want to lay on the couch with the heater on my nips.
What do you want on your nips? Hot or cold?
So that's
I
my
do love
favorite
fall.
season. Tell me about yours.
When I lived in North Carolina, fall was my favorite, as I recall. Now, having lived in Chicago for almost 8 years, that has changed currently.
Ooh,
What my
okay.
favorite season is to spring.
Ooh.
And that is because, specifically taking Chicago into account, our days, a lot of it is because I think we are literally right over the time zone change. So when it's like 8 p.m. and just getting dark just over the border in Indiana, and it's 7 p.m. where I am, it's like almost the same amount of darkness, but an hour earlier. So what I like about, and so in Chicago at least, winter, just in general, winter is cloudier, grayer. You know, of course, your days are the shortest in winter.
Right.
That affects me and my mood. There's like no color. It's cold. Here, it's like I don't even want to go out, especially when you get a vortex of the polar variety.
Yes.
Fall, I do like, but the reason I'm choosing fall not to be my favorite is because, excuse me, I burped a little bit, is because fall is on the downswing of the longer days.
Yeah.
It here, at least, it brings in more of the cloudiness. It gets cold a lot faster. Like on Halloween, that last year was our first snow. It was very cold and snowing on Halloween this past year. And that's fall, And I love fall. I do agree with you. Fall has the best fashion. It's got like the most comfortable clothing. It's really great for like preparing for the snuggly winter where you can still kind of be outside, but maybe bundled up and like cuddling by a fire, hanging out and drinking your hot chocolates and your pumpkin spice, whatever the fucks. It's great.
Pumpkin spice, whatever the fucks.
But at least for my time here in Chicago, I have to say spring, because spring is when all of the cold, all of the gray finally starts to go away. Your days start to get longer. It's warmer. It's getting warmer again. So you can wear your lighter coats. You don't have to feel quite so frozen. Something that I hate in Chicago, at least, in the before times, is being really cold and then getting on the train and being so hot.
Oh, yeah.
Because you
When
can't
have your
take your
giant
coat
parka
off in the
on
train.
And you're like, oh, God.
And,
I'm getting that thrill
and
up
everybody
feeling.
else has their giant parkas on, so there's like even less room than there already was. I really like spring, also because in the city of Chicago, at least, they're very like tulip friendly.
Tulip
Spring,
friendly.
it's just tulips. It's tulips and flowers everywhere, and I love that because it's like finally for me, it's been, because there's not a whole lot of nature. There's more nature in Chicago than there is, let's say, in New York City,
right?
Or in Manhattan at least. But you don't see a lot of like foliage changing and things like that. They just kind of they die and then they fall off. They go yellow and then they fall. It's like, oh great, that was fun. That was fucking great. Pick my dog shit up with these stupid fucking leaves. But so, you've had a lot of time at this point without much color, without much like greenery even. And then come spring, it's all coming like bursting back to life. Now you've got flowers everywhere. There's color. The sun is up more. It's warmer. You can finally go back outside. I love it. So for my current situation, I say spring. But spring and fall are definitely my two favorites. Definitely.
They're great. They're pretty great.
Pretty good. They're really good seasons. I love them. Now,
So-
if we were going to rank them,
Yes,
what were you
let's
about to
rank.
say?
No, so I was
Let's
going to
rank?
transition. It's like that's our favorite seasons for our particular areas and what we remember. Let's now move on to ranking the seasons. 1 to 4, 1 being the
Yeah.
best, 4 being get the fuck out of my year.
Forever.
Forever. This is the definitive list, the AAWY, and I think we speak for all of Affable Idiots when we make this list.
Yes. All.
All of them.
Affable
all 3
idiots
of them.
everywhere.
Every idiot that's affable. Let's talk about it. We're going to take into consideration. Actually, I'll tell you what. This is your topic of conversation. What is the criteria? Are we saying this based on personal experience? Is it the entire world? Are we taking into account seasons everywhere? How are we ranking these?
Well, I think we should take personal experience into account.
Okay.
But also that's going to be the most way. This is the most way, probably the better way to do it, but also taking into account, the rest of the world as best we can, and bearing in mind that on the Southern Hemisphere, seasons are different than what they are for us. Like summer in Australia is December.
Right.
Right.
And
so like the holiday, from the holiday aspect, it'll be different.
Right, so we have to link it to like temperature and conditions rather than
exactly.
calendars.
Exactly. And because it also, I know that in some parts of just Australia specifically, it's going to be more like in Sydney. It will probably be a lot more like San Francisco, where you don't have a ton of different seasons. It's just going to be kind of hot all the time, or kind of like LA. It's going to be hot all the time.
Yep.
So taking into account sort of temperature and how your environment reacts during these seasons, sunlight, date, like amount of time in the day, temperature, weather, that sort of a thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Is that what you were going to say? Do you agree?
I do agree. I do agree, Tim Gunn.
I would be okay putting fall as our first season because prior to moving here, it was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And I think whenever the time comes that I leave here, it will likely become my favorite again. And even if it doesn't, I still love it. Do you agree?
I think that I do agree that fall or spring should be number one.
Yeah.
They are the I'm looking for they're the months of hope. The months of hope. Summer is on the way, or there's a relief from the blazing heat. Like they are the months of hope for sure. So one of those should be number one. I definitely I can see the transformation on your side from where you went from fall to spring, as I noticed that your flannel attire decreased significantly over the course of the last decade.
Yeah.
Which means that you are transitioning into springtime lover.
I'm a springer.
And I'm curious whenever you move away from Chicago in the future, whether you will transition back into the flannel attire.
I mean, I still have some flannel that I wear. I do.
know, but you wear it significantly
not as much.
less often.
I do. Well, I do. Also, I got made fun of by you and Tom for my flannel.
You're welcome.
I do love a good flannel, but yeah, even still, I'm definitely. I have super transitioned. It's true, to a spring kind of gal. I love being able to wear jeans and a t-shirt. That's like and either a pair of tennies or my flippy floppies.
Some Keds tennies.
Oh, I don't have any Keds anymore.
No Keds anymore? What about ballet flats with holes in the foot?
Don't have those either.
Oh my god. What do you wear?
I wear either my Converse, my Chuck Taylors.
Oh, you got Chuck Taylors? Did you have Chuck Taylors when we lived together?
No.
Oh.
I got a white pair after I moved in with Casey, I think, is when they came. Is when I got them. So I've got those. Or I might have gotten them before, like when we technically still lived together, but you were already in San Francisco. It was definitely after you had moved to San Francisco.
Yeah.
So I have those that I like to wear. I got a new pair of tennis shoes. They're New Balance, and they're like the light. They're not waterproof at all. They're either that light like mesh over the top.
Yep.
So I don't look at it too closely because that messes with my trypophobia. But they're great for walking the dog, and they're really comfortable. And they're not like huge and bulky like my other ones were.
Yeah.
So I wear those a lot, especially right now. Or I like to wear my rainbow flip-flops.
Oh, I was just thinking about rainbows the other day. I was like, you remember when people wore rainbows all the time and you could tell all the cool kids because they have brown feet?
Because they had rainbows. I still wear them. Totally still wear them.
People would take especially if the rainbows got wet, they would take off their foot and like the entire bottom
their
of it
feet
looks like
are
it's
brown?
covered in poop.
Their whole foot is dyed. Yeah, I hated that. That's what I wear in the fall. And in the fall, I'll wear a little booty.
Ooh, little baby butts.
I love a little booty. Usually like a black booty or a brown booty. I like to keep it simple most of the time.
Yep,
but I have some, I've got some things that sort of pew, pew, pew. Some pops. Well, that's what I'll do. And then that's usually what I'll wear in winter as well. Although, also here in Chicago, you got to wear your winter baits a lot. But
most def.
I like a lighter shoe, I think, which is part of why I like spring more. Mm-hmm. Because the shoes are easier to put on and take off. The socks are less. Like, not less money, but like there's less sock, which I like. I don't like, most of the time I like to be barefoot and have my feet uncovered. So there's that. I like that. But like jeans and a t-shirt, and you can get away with that in fall too, honestly. You
know what else I realized that I really like about fall?
What?
It's when you get to wear scarves again.
Yeah.
Before, I didn't realize how much I love scarves until I moved to Chicago. Because growing up in North Carolina, you don't need a scarf. Scarf was always an accessory. And so, wrongly, growing up in North Carolina, I always assumed scarves are for women or homosexual people. And that was just like... And then I got to Chicago and I was like, it's cold as shit. Everyone needs a scarf. And they make you look like a ninja. You can get one that says Gryffindor on it. You can do all these cool things. And so I was like, I fucking love scarves. And I miss wearing scarves. And I realized
they're such a good fashion statement, too, though.
They are.
You can really, you didn't see this with the women and the homosexuals because you were so close-minded to scarves.
I was.
But they can really accent an outfit nicely. When I was in college and I worked at J. Crew, I loved
J. Crew.
I used to wear like either jeans and a t-shirt and a light scarf that I got from there because everything I get is from there, or like a different type of like a lighter fabric, but like a comfy pant. But that's still, kind of fashion forward,
right.
And a cool shirt with a scarf. I used to do that all the time. I love it.
Yep. I love it.
That's my shit. Frequently, instead of wearing a necklace, like if I'm just wearing a dress, instead of doing a necklace, I'll zhuzh it up with a scarf.
Zhuzh.
Zhuzh.
I think we're both. We've talked a lot. We haven't ranked, but we've talked about. I think why we think fall is number one.
Yeah, I think fall should be number one. I do like fall a lot.
Here's the thing: we both also agree that spring is great, so I think spring should come in at number two.
I completely agree.
So now it's all about which one fucking sucks, winter or summer.
I'm gonna put it out there that I think summer should be fourth. I'm sorry, third.
Okay,
I mean third. Summer should be third.
Whew,
I meant to say winter should be fourth, but then my brain got confused. I think summer should be third because it's really hot. But there's so much you can do. You can be outside. You can be with your friends. There's just so much you can do. There's so much more. It's just so much more comfortable. Exactly. So much room for activities. Your days are longer, so you can, you can hang out outside for longer, and it's going to cool off in the night a bit, at least depending on where you are. I think summer should be third, and then winter just plain sucks because it's gray no matter what. It's really cold, depending on where you are, or it's just cold.
Yep.
And then you get a lot of snow. And yeah, snow is magical in the places where we grew up and in other places. But we're in Chicago, where I've lived for 8 years. In Chicago, and it doesn't even snow in San Francisco, I don't think.
No, I think we've seen
not
it
much.
Maybe one time in history.
Yeah, things don't close down for snow in, the Midwest and up north at least. And it's just a nuisance. It's an inconvenience at that point. And also, snow makes you wet. It makes you cold. Even if you are in a place where it shuts down and you go sledding, it's like, great. I want to do this for a day. Then my skin is going to be red and raw. It's going to be cold. And then I want it to go away. But sometimes it doesn't. So I think winter should be fourth.
I agree with you
that's
for all
my
of those
story.
reasons. Yeah. Winter.
Perfect.
Yes. Should be fourth. So
Winter
our definitive
sucks.
ranking. Fall number one. Spring number two, summer number three, winter number four.
Yes.
I'm going to add one more layer to this.
Please do.
What are the sexiest? Ranking the seasons as the sexiest seasons.
I'm going to say, I think spring has to be the sexiest.
You think spring is sexy? Why?
Well, I mean, you can see, just thinking specifically about the human body and looking at it.
Okay.
The stereotypical sex. In summer, you're going to be sweaty and it's going to stink and it's going to be gross.
Yeah.
But in spring, you can...
People are going to be like, oh, God, I'm so sweaty. Oh, look at my spaghetti straps, but also all the water dripping off of me. But they've got a good tan going on, and we all know tan equals sexy.
I love it.
Or sometimes it's a burn. Lobster,
or it's a burn,
not sexy.
Not so hot. And it's not comfortable to be touched.
Yeah.
I know.
But spring,
I have pale skin.
You're getting out there. You are starting to show some skin.
Not as
good about yourself.
Sweaty.
You're getting that summer bod ready.
Mm-hmm. If I'm wanting to dress skimpy and hot and sexy, skimpy, like I dress skimpy, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
Spring is the time to do it. Once it's starting to warm up.
Here's another wrinkle. Winter is cuffing season. Are you familiar with cuffing season?
Yeah, that's where you pair up because it's winter, right?
Yep, and you don't want to go out, so you just cuff yourself to somebody for a few months so that you can all just bang in your home, do nothing else, watch TV.
That's pretty sexy.
Exactly. So for that,
winter
I think
might be the sexiest season.
It's a pretty sexy season for that reason. Spring, however, you're out there, you're starting to play the game again. You're like, all right, warmer weather coming back. I'm uncuffing myself from you, and I'm going out there and try to get me another person.
So maybe summer is the sexiest, and spring, yet again, is in second place.
Are you trying to say winter is the sexiest? Did I
say summer?
You said summer.
Gosh, I'm so stupid. Yes, winter is the sexiest, I think, because you've got the winter holidays, and that's fun and cute, and you've got the, the cute little outfits that go with that, and it's cuffing season. definitely. And then I think spring would be second because, that's when you can start to pare your stuff down and you can like start wearing your bathing suits and your cute little outfits.
Yeah.
And going around. And then I think fall, honestly, should be third because it's like at the front end, you can still be, sexy and you can do like really cute, sexy clothing outfits with your fall clothes. I don't know what this voice is.
It's a sexy voice.
It's so sexy. And then I think summer should be last because it's hot and it's sweaty and it's like you don't want to be like hugging up on somebody. You're covered in sweat and now you're covered in their sweat and that is gross.
I'm gonna throw a couple of things out there. We'll see if they change our minds or not. I just want to put these arguments on the table.
Absolutely.
Fall is all about eating candy, drinking pumpkin spice lattes, eating till you explode at Thanksgiving, eating. Nobody feels sexy with a full stomach.
That's true.
It's also everyone's trying to prep for cuffing season, trying to figure out who they're going to end up with for the winter so they can cuff them, get them ready. So I'm going to throw that out there. The clothes get to be a little bit bulkier. I like the fashion of fall better, but it's a little bit bulkier clothing than you would see in spring. And summer, while yes, it's very hot and people are sweaty and sticky, it's also a little bit of that animalistic nature where you can just like...
You're right.
Freaking go at it. No one cares. You come out of there, it's just like you're naked walking into the cold air-conditioned bathroom. You're just like, oh, God,
just smells like
great.
sweat. Lift up your boobs.
Wring your boobs out and sweat just falls to the ground.
You're right. I don't see. This is hard because I agree. I see your point on both of these, but also prepping for cuffing season that can be kind of sexy.
Is it a sexy affair? For sure.
But I don't know. See, this is hard because in the summer that's like sitting outside time, and then you can just get because then in the summer if you're sitting outside and like a lot of people like to drink outside and then that hits you faster because you're sweating and probably not eating as much, so you're getting drunk or tipsy faster, which generally speaking makes you want to do it more. So maybe summer is third.
I am just throwing this out there. Maybe the ranking goes winter's the sexiest, spring is second sexiest, summer's third sexiest, and fall is the least sexy.
I think you might be right.
We almost completely turned this entire exercise on its head. We just swapped summer and spring.
Yeah, almost entirely. Weird.
That's the official Affable Idiots ranking of the sexiest seasons.
You've heard it here first. What are the sexiest seasons? Oh, so stupid. I'm glad to know, though. I've always wondered, like, what's the sexiest
And this
season?
is the scientific
It's kept me awake at night so many nights.
Yeah. I mean, well, we knew the answer now to the jam jelly preserve question, and this was logically the next place to go.
It's the next step. It's the next step in
is.
how things work, question-wise.
Do you agree with our ranking, everyone out there? All you lifelong friends, let us know on Twitter at twitter.com/AffableIdiots. Let me tell you a little bit about them. We are Affable Idiots, along with our other co-host, Holden DePardo, over at Respawn Aim Fire, which is our gaming podcast. All of these are under one umbrella called Affable Idiots. Do you like us? Do you like what we do? Do you want to support us?
Are you our friend? Are we your
Did you
friend?
come down here? Did you wake me up? 10,000 years. Gonna give you a real crick in the neck. You can go and show your support in a couple of ways. You say, hey, I like what you do. And I said, we like you too. We'd like you better if you followed us on YouTube. Go over there.
Our love is conditional.
Yes, it is conditional love for sure. Go over there. Give us a little follow, a little subscribe on all three of our channels. We need that. One, to elevate us. Elevate. Church. Elevation. Two.
It is a church.
It is
It's
a church.
cult,
It's a
I
mega
think
church.
that
A
one
little
is.
bit of a cult. Two.
Mega churches
we
are
also
culty.
need that for
I mean-
vanity names. So youtube.com/Respawn Aim Fire. Affable Idiots. AAWY. I have those links.
Poop pop. Your
Pee-pee
license
poo-poo.
vanity plate.
Yes, that's right. Pee pee poopo. I think that's what it was.
All right, pee pee poopo. Stupid.
And then we also need it for vanity names. So you can also show your support by going and listening to Respawning Fire if you are into video games and you want some cool opinions on video games and video game news. And then we also love interaction. We built this whole podcast around interaction. It is called And Also With You, the listener, our lifelong friends. So please go take our polls. Send us some conversation starters. And
slide into our DM.
Slide
the
into our
Affable Idiots DM.
And if you'd like to be on the show, we had a guest a couple of weeks ago, Matt Vieira from Rhode Island, and it was a success. And we would love to have more. So,
and he sent us pictures of his cats after. So
he did. Batman,
what will you send
Louie,
us a picture of after?
I forget the name of his third cat.
He'll tell us.
That's it.
Matt,
Let's
your
move
third
into our Matt. What's your cat's name?
Matt, your cat.
Oh my God,
It
that's an
rhymes.
amazing name. Jesse, we are running long, so let's make this a quick
running
conversation
long.
starter.
Let's do it.
If you
Let's
want
do
to
it.
submit something for us to talk about, whether it's silly, great, amazing, deep thought question, or just a fun thought, you can do that by tweeting us, emailing us, all sorts of things. Again, at Affable Idiots on Twitter. Trevor Bettis, a.k.a. at the Trevor with an E-A in Trevor.
Trevor.
Trevor asks, if you owned a taco shop and decided we need more state burritos besides the California burrito, which in Trevor's opinion is also known as the best burrito ever, what states do you choose and what is in their burritos?
North Carolina for sure. It's a barbecue.
So
Pork
here's the rules of the game. I'm going to change this up just a little bit. For time's sake, I'm going to limit us to 3 new burritos.
Okay, cool. That's fair.
They don't necessarily have to be states. I think they could be cities or territories.
Ooh, okay.
Because the California burrito covers a large amount of area.
It's true. That's a lot. It's a big state.
Yes. And if you're not familiar with the California burrito, it is basically a burrito that is the size of your body, and they put French fries on the inside.
Blech.
So that's
it's like one of those sandwiches that they put French fries on, only it's a burrito.
Correct. Like at what was the place in Wrigleyville? Lucky's in Wrigleyville that puts French fries on their sandwiches.
I can't remember the name of it. That might be it. I can't remember. It's been so long since I spent any time in Wrigleyville.
Yeah.
Even
my opinion on the
before
California
sickness.
burrito, I tried one actually with Trevor, and when I was in San Diego, he took me to a place, and he and Dusty Hill, we ate a California burrito, and it was fine. The French fries. The problem was the French fries being in the burrito got a little soggy, so it was a little mushy mush in a burrito, which is already full of mushy mush. So it was fine. But what other ones? So, Jesse, you said North Carolina, and I think I agree with you, North Carolina.
Yeah,
And,
and
what
a
were you
lot
going
of
to say about
people
it?
would probably try to say, Texas or whatever, Virginia, whatever other state for their pulled pork. No, I disagree.
So we're putting pulled
wholeheartedly.
pork barbecue in this burrito.
Yeah, North Carolina specifically, and
Oh,
it can
hell
be. Maybe you can customize this burrito to be like, because within North Carolina, you've got the Lexington style versus like other styles. Maybe you can do like the North Carolina burrito, Lexington style, or the North Carolina burrito, whatever style, Wilson style, or whatever.
The Carolina sweet barbecue,
Yeah.
and then you also have like the more
and then you've got the
vinegary,
vinegar.
tangy, yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I think you can customize it that way, but it's still the North Carolina burrito, and it's still pulled pork.
I like that. And
Barbecue.
so you're rather than having like queso in there, you have barbecue
Exactly.
sauce.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I'm a
Be
fan
it-
of that. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I think that would be so good.
Oh,
Honestly, I'm
one
getting hungry
extra
just thinking
step.
about it.
I'm not a big fan of these, but one extra thing you could do, and I don't know how this would go because again, I'm not a fan of them. What about replacing the pinto beans or black beans with baked beans?
Ooh. Well, wait, don't you usually do baked beans with pulled pork?
Usually, yeah, like if you're putting them on the same plate. And if you're putting in a burrito, do you replace
All in
the
the
black
burrito.
beans, the pinto beans, the refried beans? Do you replace that with baked beans? Or is
Put
that
baked
too
bean-
much?
Oh, I see what you mean, because in a burrito, that's the bean you usually have. Absolutely. No, I think you have to have baked beans in this
So barbecue
burrito.
sauce and baked beans
Yeah.
and pulled pork?
I mean, you can't, you can't, if we're going North Carolina barbecue, you gotta have baked beans. You
I
have
think
to.
I Chiaro that.
I would eat that. I would eat that right now. You can put coleslaw on it if you like coleslaw. You can add cornbread to it if you wanted to.
Oh
I know you
my
don't like
God!
coleslaw.
Yeah, big old slice of cornbread.
You could add, because some people, Trevor, it seems, likes French fries in his burrito. You could do hush puppies, which is different.
Oh, I totally forgot about hush puppies.
Yeah. Oh. You could North Carolina burrito for sure. It's pulled pork. It's barbecue. What's next?
All right, North Carolina done. Next, I don't know if this is a Chicago specific thing or an Illinois or just that area of the Midwest, but I had never heard of. In fact, I don't even know if I could pronounce it or remember it. But that the Polish Donut Day, like Paczki,
Punchki.
Yeah.
I think it's Punchki. Let me look it up.
But it specifically isn't like a jelly filled pastry like donut.
Yep.
What if we made
it's
like
a
dessert
donut?
burrito?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
we have to have a dessert one.
I don't know if it's you put a bunch of things in there and then somehow wrap it in dough and fry it.
Let me see. How do you spell it? Oh, that would be good. You wrap it and you fry it. Oh,
yeah. Like maybe you put the beans.
Or if the burrito is the dough that's fried.
That's what I was saying. Instead of wrapping it in a tortilla, you wrap it in the dough and then you fry the dough.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. It's like a corn dog, but instead of cornbread, it's the Paczki dough. And the dog is the beans, the chicken. So it's nothing like a corn dog.
I think it's Punchki, but I don't. Let's look.
How do you spell
it? It's Paczki. So it's either pronounced Ponchki or Punchki, according to Wikipedia.
Okay. Oh, God, these look so good.
They're so good.
They're Polish donuts.
They're like, they're filled with jelly, and they've got powdered sugar on top. It's so good.
And so, where do they hail? They hail from Poland, obviously, but like, where are they? I've never heard of them before Chicago. Oh, in North America, particularly the large Polish communities of Chicago, Detroit, and other large cities across the Midwest and Northeast, Paczki, however day, is celebrated annually by immigrants and locals alike. So
we could call it the Midwest burrito.
It's a Midwest burrito.
The Midwest Polish burrito. Because you'd have to put in the Polish part, I think.
Yep.
To give credit where credit is due, right?
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want this right now.
Yeah, they're very good. And maybe, so yeah, you have the dough and you roll it out, and then you could fill it with your sweet like jelly fillings. And perhaps you can even put like whole bits of the fruit if you want it to be more of a preserve.
Are we just making a donut?
I feel like we're just making a donut.
I'm thinking of this as like we're turning it into the CC's pizza, where it's the cinnamon pizza, where the only thing about it is the shape that it's still a pizza. Everything else is icing and cinnamon and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, and it does have crust. Like that does have like regular crust, I think, doesn't it?
But I think it's still like
or is that even special crust? Yeah, at this point, I think we're still just making a punchki, but with a different shape to it.
What if we make it a sweet dough on the outside, toss it in powdered sugar?
Yes. And then what do we put on the inside, though?
On the inside, your regular burrito fixins.
Oh. So you'd have the savory of the burrito with the sweet on the outside?
Yeah.
You think? I don't know. Well, you know what? Let's make it, and then
we'll test it out in a couple of markets.
Yeah. If it doesn't sell well, that's fine. We'll get rid of it. It'll be fine.
All right, so that's our Midwest burrito.
You never know until you try. So yeah, the Midwest burrito. And lastly, our third burrito.
We could do the Florida burrito and just cover it in guns and wigs and old people.
That could be the Texas one too. Yep. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't want to do a seafood burrito, but I know some people would like it.
Oh God, people! If you do like a Maryland, like a crab burrito, cake burrito, oh, people would go.
Let's do that. People would love that, and we'd get rich. It's okay. So it's it's Maine, right? Crab cakes.
So I knew someone from Maryland who
Oh,
was
no,
like,
Maryland. Crab cakes are traditionally associated with the area surrounding the Chesapeake Bay. Yeah. All right. It'll be the Maryland burrito.
Maryland burrito, the Maryland Manson burrito.
And it looks like crab cakes are often served with French fries, too. So if you want to add them, you can.
Look at that.
We'll give that to Trevor. Trevor can have his fries and eat them,
This
too.
is kind of like, maybe almost like a sushi burrito. We're putting crabs on the inside. Crab cake. Wow.
Yeah.
What does a crab
cooked,
cake look
though.
like? I know I've had a crab cake before, but I don't like them, so I never eat them, and now I've forgotten what they look like. Crab
They're
cake.
they look like a burger patty, but crab.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are easy to, like, mush up and put into a burrito for show.
Oh, yeah.
For show.
Definitely. Yeah,
What do you put
that's
with that?
the one.
You put some, maybe a little bit of tartar sauce in there instead of queso?
Yep. I think you put some
Yep.
tartar sauce in there, some lemon juice. You're going to lightly
yep.
lemon it,
Yep.
I think, because I think that's part of it.
Probably some rice.
You
Rice
can-
goes well with sushi, right? So I assume it would go well with this?
It doesn't look like it's usually served with rice, but you could.
But it's
I
all,
mean,
it
I
is a
think you could
burrito,
absolutely
though. We're
do
making it a burrito.
Yeah, yeah. So you could definitely do rice. I think a leafy green. What's the leafy green on this? What's the leafy green? Doesn't say. But like in the crab cake, it looks like there's bell peppers, green onions.
Okay.
So you could add some of those as extra toppings if you wanted to. What are these leafy greens? I don't know what leafy green goes with it, but you could put a leafy green with it. Whatever that leafy green is.
Maybe
I'm
we
looking
put
at these
peppers in
pictures
there.
here. Ooh, this one's served with asparagus and rice.
There it is.
Yeah, you put some peppers
Asparagus,
in there.
rice,
Asparagus,
crab cakes, tartar sauce, a little bit of lemon juice.
lemon juice. That's it. Wrapped up in a delicious.
There we go. That's a Maryland
a
burrito,
wrap.
everyone. We did it. We solved world hunger
We solved burritos
for those 3 areas.
Yeah, right. We got him. Thank you, Trevor. What a good
thank you,
question.
Trevor.
Now I'm hungry.
Delightful. Delightful. So now there are 4 burritos. Tell us which one's your favorite. Make all of them.
Make them, eat them. Tell us what you think.
Make them eat them. Papa John's.
Papa John's Shakaroni Pizza.
If you would like to submit a conversation starter just like Trevor did, twitter.com/Affable Idiots. And with that, we are going to wrap today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us back after 3 weeks of being
It's been
gone.
a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure. Before we leave you, are going to leave you with a parting positive thought. I did not mean to start saying that as parting, but I had to. I had to
Pirating.
finish it.
You went on, what is that, Irish? Pirating.
A parting positive thought.
I love it.
And this, we just want to leave you something like insightful, something thoughtful, something to get you thinking positively throughout the rest of your week. This is
insightful.
from Stevie Wonder /98 Degrees.
I think it's Mulan. It's from the animated film Mulan.
It is
I believe.
absolutely from Mulan. This is also a song that I listened to in the car with Trevor when I was in San Diego. And we both agreed
song.
this song slaps.
It slaps.
True to your heart. You must be true to your heart. That's when the heavens will part and baby shower you with my love. Open your eyes, your heart can tell you no lies. And when you're true to your heart, I know it's going to lead you straight to me. Got to be true to your heart.
True to your heart. You must
And with that,
be true to your
We
heart.
will leave you. Thank you for listening to or watching AAWI episode 21. It has been such a pleasure. Until next week,
Hugs and
everyone.
kisses.
Hugs and kisses.
Hearts and hearts.
And shardy farts.